Welcome back to Mac Talks Football. And you would have thought, that Arsenal have gone to West Ham and they have, opened the briefcases and given the referee the money online in front of everybody to see, and that has resulted in the referee, changing the decision of disallowing the West Ham goal because of what has happened since last night. I'm actually baffled. With the hate that Arsenal are getting. I'm going to sit here and I admit, of course, you don't want Arsenal to win the league. I completely understand it. A Chelsea fan, a Liverpool fan, a United fan, they don't want Arsenal to win the league. City fans, we are in a tighter race with them. I get that. West Ham United fans, I get it because they are in that relegation battle and whatnot. But the rest of the league, I mean, the way that people are reacting online, I mean, you would think, like we have basically robbed everybody from, of their precious items and jewels and monies and whatnot. I mean, it is so stupid the way that the people are reacting, people going over the board with and making false claims. Like, how can you look at this picture here? With Mavapras, his literally his arm on David Roy in front of it, like it's here, and you have another guy pushing his shot out. There are literally three falls in on one instance, and people are acting it out like Arsenal have been favored, and this is coming after years of Arsenal, being on the wrong side of this decision. How have people forgotten that against when we were challenging Manchester City for the title in a crucial games, the referees forgot to draw the lines for that offside goal. They forgot to draw the lines. That was an excuse given to us, and everybody was like, it happens in the Premier League. The referees make the wrong decision. You need to accept it. We were shown red cards. If again people have forgotten, we were shown red cards because our players kicked the ball away. We were shown red cards for that. I have not seen anybody getting a red card for that. And again, people were told us that referees make mistakes in Premier League. You need to move forward with that. We were given a red card last year. William Saliba was given a red card when he was on the halfway line, and when the on-field referees, everybody thought it is not a red card, and the VAR gave him a red card because it's Doxo, because he's denying a goal-scoring opportunity when on the halfway line, Ben White was covering, the goalkeeper is there, and they still gave him a red card. So, all this bullshit that people are coming with, Arsenal are getting favored and whatnot, they really just need to stop. And forget about last season, last week, forget last week as well. Just concentrate on the game that Manchester City played against Brentford. How they were not penalized in that game. Three huge decisions. Two of them were clear-cut penalties for Manchester United. There, Bernardo Silva should have been shown a clear, direct red card, and he should have been off the pitch. How are people coming at Arsenal, when it's a clear-cut opportunity? You cannot show me, people are saying Arsenal do it every time. You cannot show me one single goal that Arsenal has scored from the corners when we crowd the goalkeeper. Crowding the goalkeeper is one thing, and I'm not going to sit here and act like a hypocrite that Arsenal don't do it. That is a tactic. Every single team can do it. You can go ahead and you can crowd the goalkeeper. You can try to do everything. But there is not a single goal that Arsenal have scored that you can show me where a player has gone and put his hand on the goalkeeper, is literally, and the other player is touching and holding him from backside. One player is there. I mean, it is so baffling, and you see people like idiots going on television and giving out these opinions. I cannot believe I'm here and sitting here and I'm praising Danny Murphy. Danny Murphy of all people is like defending Arsenal. He's a West Ham fan. He should be the one on top of his on the shouting the loudest that it is wrong, but he's defending, and Shea Given looking like an idiot on match day when he's trying to somehow say, oh, it is a controversial decision. It's not a controversial decision. It's a clear-cut decision. The referee, the former referee is saying it's a clear foul. Danny Murphy is saying it's a clear foul. And if I know it. I see it. Everybody knows this, and everybody knows the truth as well. If you put the bias aside, it's a clear-cut foul, and not one, but at least minimum of minimum, there are two fouls in that instance on David Raya, and this should not be a goal. And I'm gonna say it back. Michael Richards said it like 4 or 5 years ago. When it's Arsenal, everybody wants to pile in, and I have seen it so many times, and people come up and they say because it's Arsenal fans, you guys make Arsenal fans do stuff like this. Now you are saying the Arsenal fans are unbearable. I gave you so many examples, and these are like just a handful of examples that I gave you for the last 2 3 years. We have seen so much shit happen to us, and we have been, mocked at, we have been laughed at, we have been made fun of, and we've been told, just try to compete. When we had the legs of our players been broken, like it was GTA, Eduardo, Ramsey, Diaby, I can name so many of those players. We were told to toughen up. We go tough enough, and now we are the bullies. We play ball. When we used to play athletic football, oh, you are playing good football. You need to, but you are not going to be able to win that league. You don't have the mentality. We stop playing that version of football. We are playing different version of football. We are tough. We are trying, and we can still play beautiful football. We can't. We are not able to play beautiful football because you guys don't leave your own half. Yesterday's game, everybody, we battered West Ham. We were the far, we were the better side by far. But West Ham did not come out of their half for the majority of for 85% of the game. West Ham were inside their half. They had 10 men behind the line, and every single team that plays Arsenal, barring one or two in the Premier League, they do the same. Why do you think we do so good in Europe? We were sensational in Europe because teams came out. They played against Arsenal. In the Premier League, I would say Liverpool, I would say Manchester City, that's it. To be very, very honest, and if we are looking at the lower level teams, the mid-level teams, I would say Brighton or that's it. Like two or three teams, these are the only teams that come out and they play against Arsenal. The rest of the entire fucking league, they sit back. They have the 10 men behind the ball, and then they want us to bring them down. And then when we score goal from set pieces, they call us set pieces FC. Like, I fucking love it. You go ahead and you score goals from set pieces. Nobody's stopping you. And again, this 2 years ago, when Liverpool were scoring goals, and it was like something new, articles were being published, Liverpool bringing in this new secret attack and taking Premier League, forward and doing this incredible thing. When Arsenal are doing it, it's dark arts, it's destroying football and whatnot. I mean, I really try to be positive because I love football. If yesterday's game, like, Marcus Rashford is a former Manchester United player. When he scored that free kick against Real Madrid, that was amazing play. I really enjoyed it because I like football. I will watch any game, and if it doesn't really matter which team that player is from, if they do good, if I am going to be very happy about it. I get the rivalries. I'm not going to sit here and deny that. But when people go out and they start acting stupid and stop talking without logic. I mean, the reactions of the opposition fans who are not Arsenal fans, it's beyond me. I mean, and especially, I mean, the Spurs fan. I mean, how are you pissed off? You should be grateful that we beat West Ham. You now have a chance to stay in the Premier League. And I mean, it is just bizarre. And I said it before. People have said it so many times that Arsenal fans are unbearable. Arsenal fans are unbearable. Just wait now. I'm one of those fans that I don't go overboard. I don't try to do things. Even on social media, I don't post with my friends. I don't say stuff because, again, I don't want to look like an idiot. But what I have been saying, what the messages that I have received, from on social media or from my friends, just wait. I am just gonna say this to the Arsenal fan. We have waited 22 years. We have suffered long enough. And now the things that rival fans do, it makes you wanna go out and do silly stuff and say weird stuff because it pisses them off. And I think this everything that has happened this season and the way that we are, inshallah, I keep on saying, please, if when we are gonna win it, inshallah, if when we win that league, just 2 games remaining, when we did win that league, it's gonna be so sweet. I'm just waiting for that. I'm the Arsenal fan. Just sit back, just relax. Just 2 games in the Premier League, that Champions League final, and then the opposition fans can cry. Then they can hate, and then we are gonna have a full summer, and then you're gonna know how unbearable Arsenal fans can be. That's for me in this video. Let me know what you guys think of all the fiasco that has happened after the Arsenal win against West Ham and that disallowed goal. Let me know in the comment section how you feel and what are your real views about it in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell and of course subscribe to the channel. And Arsenal are gonna win the league. Until next time, bye bye.